A lot of people watched it, but nobody's watching day to day, all day, unless you're me and just love this stuff. Procedures are okay, but we want to know, where do you stand? And so I think the more that politicians stop trying to be politicians and be people, then that will engage voters. We reject alternative facts, so come on in here and let me educate you on the facts. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Q with Q show. This is our daily political briefing with me, your host, QuentinRJiles. But if we're going to be friends, then you know you got to call me Q. We have so much to discuss today. Today was the very first day of the second impeachment of Donald John Trump. And we have so many highs, lows, from going all over the place to fake tears to poems being recited to all kind of shenanigans for today. All kind of shenanigans. We are going to talk about all of that. We are definitely going to talk about the arguments that was made by what we would consider the prosecutors, which are the House impeachment managers, and what we would consider the defense counsel, which is Trump's lawyers. So all of that. Before we get into some things, dissent, not disrespect is our motto here. If you're new, welcome. We encourage you to participate in the comments, but we do not encourage dissent, babe. We do not encourage disrespect. If you get disrespected, you're going to get blocked. What is disrespect here? Disrespect is sexually inappropriate comments, words inciting or encouraging violence, and derogatory language, cussing folks out, calling folks names, none of that. Now, if you disagree, we're down with that. Please do. Disagree if you will. Agree if you will, but don't disrespect, because that'll get you blocked real quick. Also, if you're streaming on YouTube, there is a feature called Super Stickers and Super Comments, like Jericho Wright just did. That is a super comment. That is a way for you to either just give some coin to me so I can keep doing this full time, but also on the super comment side, it's an opportunity for your comment to be featured here on the screen, and we take a little time and we talk about those things, okay? We talk about that. So thank you so much, Jericho Wright, for getting us popped off with that. Also, baby, get your Goli Gummies, your ashwagandha. Y'all know I do affiliate work with them, baby. They doing 15% off. 15% off on your Goli Gummies. Get your ashwagandha, baby. This thing will really help you relax, restore, and unwind. I messed around and took this, and I thought I had ingested some marijuana, and I don't do no smoking. I don't do nothing with that THC. Baby, that thing had calmed me down so much. I said, now, wait a minute. What's in the ashwagandha? I did not know. What is in the ashwagandha? So, baby, get you some Goli Gummies. I'm going to drop the link right here. This is my link. You can tap it and go to Goli Gummies. It's an affiliate link. And then also, I'm going to drop my promo code that they gave me. So you use my promo code, and that's how you're going to get the 15% off. Now, the email they sent, they said that I think it's up until the 12th of this week, and then it ain't gonna be no more 15%, okay? Ain't gonna be no more 15 after that. So, baby, here is the promo code right there, right there. Get your ashwagandhas, all of that. Also, you can get the apple cider vinegar as well. You can get these too. Now, these is my favorite from them. I like these better than the ashwagandha. But yes, definitely get that. Definitely get that. Okay, let's get into it. Oh, and let me drop my banner just in case you don't want to do any of those things. But if you'd like to pour into me, again, there's the CashApp, PayPal, Venmo, Zelle. If you learn something at the end of this live and want to give something, if your heart so moves you to, there's that right there. There's no pressure. There's no pressure, but there's that right there. Ooh, child. Did y'all watch? That's the first question. Did y'all watch today? Because I got up. Thank you. Good. I'm glad you here, Carver, down here on the YouTube. Because I got up. I said, well, let me get myself together. You know, I said, let me get myself together, watch a little impeachment, what I'm gonna do, because I want to work out and I wanted to watch at the same time. So I did those things. I started here in the house first. I watched a little bit, then I went down there to the gym, kept listening and watching, you know, hit the biceps one time, watch. Ooh, Chile. I don't know what I expected. It was definitely overall not as eventful as the first one, right? It wasn't as much dramatic and flair, although there were some dramatic moments. But I think the first one was just like, oh my gosh, like fanfare, just everything. This one wasn't. This one felt very tailored, at least from the House impeachment manager side, not from the defense counsel. Felt very tailored, very targeted. I think there is little room for anybody to say this didn't happen, kind of like with impeachment number one, right? There was legitimate argument to say that this thing isn't a thing, even though we all know that he was trying to bribe the president of Ukraine in the first impeachment to muck up Joe Biden's chances of winning the presidency. Guess that didn't work out too well. But with this one, like, we all witnessed it. They witnessed it down there at the Capitol because they was there, the senators, congressmen, their staff, kitchen staff, groundskeepers, police, Capitol Police, DC Police, National Guard, everybody, Vice President, Secret Service, they all witnessed it and we all watched it on TV. Like, so I don't think there's any room to say this thing didn't happen. Like, we all watched it. The world all watched it. Amanda, come on with the super comment. Come on, Stripes, flex on them. You silly. Thank you so much. I said, let me put on a shirt today. Let me put on a button down today since we talk about impeachment instead of my customary either robe, bonnet, or t-shirt. I said, let me put on a little button down real quick. So yeah, I think the reason that this one seemed a little more targeted or a little more to the point, matter of fact, is because we all lived through that. We all witnessed the insurrection. We all saw them in the Capitol. We all were wondering, how did y'all leave in one piece? Like, my goodness, y'all was in there trying to overthrow democracy. Like, what is good? So I thought that the impeachment managers from the House, led by Jamie Raskin, excellent job. Excellent job. I saw some people say that they actually watched it. Excellent job in laying the case out. They showed a 13-minute video of stuff that happened that day. It was some video in there that I had not even seen. So they brought that in, and it was so great because this was day one, and great in the sense of their argument was great, not that this thing happened. But the way they did it, because today was really just to argue or to have this 4-hour debate about, is this a constitutional process? Is this process unconstitutional or not? And so they laid out the case to say, actually, it is. If you were here yesterday, or if you want to, you can go check out my Instagram, TikTok, and all that. Baby, we read the Constitution. We read the Constitution yesterday, and I made a post about the Constitution. Constitution ain't even that thick. We read the Constitution where it gives the House and the Senate its powers for impeachment. So I wasn't understanding why they were even having this debate to begin with, whether it was constitutional or not. It says it in the Constitution. But anyway, they laid out their argument to say, yeah, the Constitution gives us the sole power, or gives you the Senate. Again, the Senate Article 1, Section 3 gives the Senate, it says the Senate shall have the sole power to try all impeachments. That's the very first line when it's talking about impeachment. So they lined that whole thing out. They also showed us that 13-minute video. It was definitely, I thought the job they did on the video was great, because again, it showed video that I had not even seen. It definitely, I like how they timestamp stuff. So it was like, okay, I'm just throwing out a time right now. I'm not saying this was the actual time, but okay, Trump said, we going down to the Capitol. You got to fight like HE double hockey stick, so you're not gonna have a country. Okay, they timestamped it. He said this at 6:09. Okay, well, what was happening in the chamber at 6:09? Members were talking and debating. What also was happening? I didn't even know that a part of the crowd that was at the rally for Trump, because it did start off as a rally, had already broke off and started walking towards the Capitol. I didn't know that. It was people already on their way. And so I thought it was great how they were time stamping things, even with Trump's tweets throughout the day. What was going on? Members were still on the floor. They time stamped it. Okay, Vice President Pence is issued off the floor at this time. Where were the rioters? Excuse me, the insurrectionists. Boom, they in the gallery. They here. I thought the case was phenomenal. They laid that thing out so good, and they started using some of that Republican language, talking about originalists. Now, remember our girl Amy Coney Barrett, when she was down there for her Supreme Court hearing, was saying she was an originalist to the Constitution, meaning she takes the text as it is. And I was asking, well, baby, how original are you trying to be? Because I was 3/5, my people was 3/5 of a person with the original, text, if you will. So how original is you? But bringing it back to today, they were saying, if you consider yourself an originalist, well, here we go. Article 1, Section 3, the Senate shall have sole power to try all impeachments. There it is right there. Boom, bam. Like, to the point, period. So I thought that the teamwork, the case they laid out, coming at them with the original text, coming at with them with the video, coming at them with the historical precedent, showing that other people have been impeached after office. Side note, Donald Trump was impeached while he was still in office. The impeachment trial just so happened to happen now while Mitch McConnell still had power. They did not bring the Senate back in session. So we could have started the impeachment trial 2 weeks ago, but Mitch McConnell didn't do it. Okay, so there's that. Hold on, we got a super comment. Holly, thank you so much for your super comment. I made it to the live. Appreciate you, Q. My 12-year-old son and I are watching you every day. Also, that opening video was everything. So smart that they timed and edited that way. First off, thank you for the super comment. Second, shout out to you and your son. This is a family-friendly show, so you can watch with your churns. We love to have a churn down here. Tell him Uncle Q said hey. Uncle Q said hey. Okay. Also, yeah, that was ingenious because everybody's eyes was on the impeachment trial, right? To see how it was going to start. And they used their first 13 minutes as the start to show that. So everybody watched it. Everybody relived their feelings that day. I got mad watching it. I really got mad all over. I'm like, these people really ran up in the Capitol during a joint session of Congress with the vice president. That's the thing. Take Mike Pence out of it. Take people out of it. Take the figureheads. These people ran up in a co-equal branch of government while the Senate and the House of Representatives was in session, along with the Vice President of the United States. Take the person out. Y'all committed acts against the state, against the government. Like, so that was, them putting that video together was absolutely great as far as the presentation. They did that. Oh, excuse me, y'all, that ain't Corona. I guess I'm just getting passionate. Lonnie, thank you so much for the super comment. I heart your updates on everything political. You and Trevor Noah keep me sane with your mix of comedy and truth. Keep up the good work. Blessings to you and yours. Thank you so much for that super comment. Tell Trevor to call me. I can come do a little segment down there on the Daily Show. Tell Trevor's people to reach my people. I don't have no people. I'm people. But just tell Trevor to call me. No, but for real, thank you so much. Thank you for that comment. Excuse me. So, yeah, they laid that thing out. Our boy Joe Neguse came out there. Freshman congressman. Joe Neguse did his thing, gave us the historical context, walked us through other elected officials whose impeachment and trial, whose impeachment and trial, happened after they were out of office. One thing to note too, they struck down this argument they were trying to use as well on the opposing side prior to the opposing side actually getting to go. But was saying that, the Constitution says that the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court should preside. And I'm going to read the Constitution because we're going to read the text. Okay, after it says that the Senate shall have sole power of all impeachments, when sitting for that purpose, they shall be on oath or affirmation. When the President of the United States is tried, the Chief Justice shall preside. Okay, so they were making an argument saying, well, the Chief Justice is not here, so this is unconstitutional. When the President of the United States is tried, meaning in a Senate trial, which we're doing right now, the Chief Justice shall preside. Well, Donald Trump is no longer the president. He's a president. So we don't need the Chief Justice, okay? Maybe had y'all took up the impeachment when Mitch McConnell still had power after Nancy Pelosi and them impeached him 2 weeks ago, you would have had Justice Roberts sitting there again like he was a year ago for the first impeachment trial because Donald Trump was still the president, okay? But the Constitution say, Article 1, Section 3, when the president, well, last I checked, the current president is Joseph Robinette Biden Jr. Oh, wait, no, he's not the junior, is he? His son the junior. No, he the junior. Anyway, Joseph Biden, Joseph Biden is the president. So we don't need the Chief Justice. So go ahead. Hiya, strike that on down. Strike that down. Also, they were rebutting. This is still on the, I'm kind of doing two things at once because what the impeachment managers did was they knocked down a lot of arguments that the opposing counsel was going to do before they could even make it. So we're going to walk through that and then I'll jump ship and then tell y'all what them people did on the other side. They were also saying, excuse me. Here's another part. Let's see. Okay, judgment in cases of impeachment shall not extend further than to removal from office and disqualification to hold and enjoy any office of honor, trust, or profit under the United States. Well, they had pre-knocked that down to say, well, yeah, he's gone because the voters, voted a different way. He's gone, but that disqualification of future office. So we can still hold this trial since we're trying to figure out if it's constitutional or not. We can still hold this trial because we can still determine whether he can hold said office or any office under the United States again. So I thought the House impeachment managers did an excellent job. Round of applause. If you agree, can we get a hand clap? Oh, wait, people may not be watching on their phone. If you're watching on your phone, can we get a hand clap emoji in the comments? If you're watching on the computer, can we get typed out claps? Because I just thought the House impeachment managers, that's only if you agree. That's only if you agree. If you don't agree, go ahead and say you don't agree. We okay with that. We okay with that. We don't have no problem with that. But if you agree, we giving hand claps because they did that. They laid that case out. I mean, it wasn't a hard case to make. That's no shade. It wasn't a hard case to make because we saw it all. But the way they laid it out, you could tell they took their time, they researched, they double checked their work, and then they came and gave a presentation before the class. Okay, them the people in the class that get an A+. You could tell everybody on the team did work. You know how you be on team projects, and then one person in the team don't really do nothing but still get the A because the team got the A. You could tell this group. Everybody did work. Everybody did work. So that's what they did. Now here come, Chile. Here come Trump people. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I clicked in and off of it because I was like, okay, I'm going to listen to this, even though I know it's full of shenanigans. I knew it was gonna be shenanigans prior to. I didn't know it was gonna be that much shenanigans, but I was like, I'm gonna listen to it. Because I want to get fair analysis. So I'm going to listen to it. Child, that first man got up there. And I felt like I was losing brain cells. I literally felt like I was losing brain cells listening to him. It was all, I can't even coherently give you everything he said because it was literally so all over the place. My goodness, why am I still coughing? Ooh, I'm getting annoyed with this cough now. It was all over the place. Like he was trying to make jokes that weren't funny and weren't landing. And then it was like, then he ended up like, okay, so here are my two biggest takeaways from the first lawyer. Before I try to, I'm not even going to try to explain all of that because I don't know what all that was. Two things that I took away from it. Thank you so much, sis, for the super comment. Two things that I took away from it. Excuse me. One, what I thought was interesting was he basically made a case for the Department of Justice to come prosecute Trump. That was one. In his rambling, ongoing talk, it was like, you know, if he did these things, quoting the Constitution, let's go back to the Constitution. It says, but the party convicted shall nevertheless be liable to subject to indictment, trial, judgment, and punishment according to the law. We talked about this a little earlier, on the other lives. Basically, what the Constitution is saying is that a criminal trial is not for the Senate. And even if you convict this person or not, they can still be held responsible under the law. Okay, the law is criminality. This man was like, basically like, that's what the Constitution says. So we have a legal remedy for this. If he did this, we have a legal remedy for this. He's already removed from office because the voters voted him out and the Department of Justice could go and prosecute, but I hadn't seen that happen. I don't know if he understood what he was saying, but he did two things in his argument. One, he affirmed that the voters voted for Biden, meaning that Trump lost. We all know this, but the big lie that Trump kept perpetuating and that those people believed that stormed the Capitol was that it was being stolen from him. But Trump's defense attorney said that the people voted him out, thereby he's removed already. So you can't do the impeachment trial because the removal standard has already been met. Secondly, was like, if he did this, there's a remedy for this. The DOJ could go after him. And I don't think the DOJ hasn't come out and said anything. I mean, not yet. We don't have Merrick Garland in place yet. He's not been confirmed. But thank you, defense counsel, for reminding us that he could be prosecuted under the law. Now, we already was going to call for that anyway. We was already going to call for that anyway. I don't think it was particularly effective for you to be the defense to remind us that that's a thing that could happen and to insinuate that if it did happen, which we know it did, but if it did happen, that he should be prosecuted. I was like, I don't know. Are you pulling a fast one on Trump? Did you tell him you was going to represent him, but you really wanted to mess his case up? Because that's what I got to believe now. I don't know that I want to believe that you really went up there and said all this shenanigans in good faith, as if you were presenting a good argument. I am more likely to, I feel like I would take what you did a little bit better if you come out and be like, I don't really fool with Trump like that. That's why I went up there and I was trying to mess up his case. Now, you're going to be in trouble if you do that, because you need not do that. You don't take no client and do that to them. But that's the only way I'm going to be able to digest this. Because if not, I need you to get a psychiatric consult. I need a 5150 on you. I need an examination, an L2K, because something's not right. Something's not right. You made. And he ended up saying that the House impeachment managers did a good job. It was like, do you know what side you on? Right. I agree with you, but you do know you defended Trump, right? It was bizarre. It was really bizarre. Marie Lewis, thank you so much for the super comment. He is the student that did that did none of the reading, but thought he could wing his way through. Clearly. Because it was super bizarre. And that's why I dipped in and out of it. I'm not going to lie. I did not watch him I didn't watch the full thing with him because I was like, I can't listen to this no more. And I would dip out and then I would come in and I'm like, he's still talking foolishness. I was hoping that he was going to get to the point of a real argument. And so I'm like, okay, what is your argument? Because I'm willing to hear the argument, whether I agree with it or not, but I'm willing to hear the argument. But baby, I said, no, you're not finna, I don't care what's going on. I don't care if I do got to come down here and do this show with my people on the live stream. You're not finna kill my neurons. Now that's self-care. That's self-care. I couldn't listen. I had to do the mental health is important. I had to protect my mental health. I had to protect my mental health. No, ma'am, Pam. Kristen, thank you so much. Nothing he was saying was making any type of sense in regards to their defense. Trump probably told them to speak gibberish for 4 hours. From my understanding, Trump is actually upset with him. I think it was a report in the New York Times. I know CNN reported on it earlier. Trump is mad at him. He was upset at what he was doing. So, there's that. Miss Creole Barbie. And that's on Mary Had a Little Lamb. That's on the lamb that Mary had. Here, come on now. Lakeisha said, protect yourself. Yeah, baby, I had to protect my mental health. One finna kill my neurons. No, ma'am, Pam. One finna have me in here in no dazed and confused state. I need a psychiatric consult because I didn't listen to this foolishness for 3 hours. I said, oh no. I catch the recap. Let's see here. Quiet. I think it's supposed to be Quiet Train 7. What irritated me, the lawyer pointing out his senator and his opinions on what he think and laugh, have several seats. Yeah, that was bizarre. That it was just very, very bizarre. Very bizarre. Thank you for that super comment too, Erica. But one of the lawyers sued Trump about voter fraud. Maybe he's trying to set him up. So that's a new lawyer. That's not the lawyer we saw today. It's a new lawyer he didn't hire that apparently has sued Trump in the past and has defended someone who was suing Trump, but is now on the Trump impeachment team. Baby, I guess because you can't find nobody to represent you. That's just clearly what it is. You can't find nobody to represent you. I'm sure he took a deposit up front. I'm sure none of them is working for free. I'm sure they got their deposit up front. I mean, he didn't raise all that money on the Stop the Steal emails and fundraisers. Tammy Thurston! Thank you so much for the comment. I would have loved to be. Everybody say hey to Tammy Thurston. We ain't done that in a while. Tammy Thurston is our unofficial co-host. Everybody say hey to Tammy Thurston. I would have loved to be a fly on the wall at Mar-a-Lago while he was watching his lawyers trying to speak. Right, Tam? Right. Tamitha? Right. Like, you know he was going off. You know he was in there losing it. That hair was probably all over the place. Baby, you know he was going off. Jacqueline Smith, thank you so much for that. Keda. Can there be a mistrial due to incompetent representation? Well, baby, this is actually not a court of law, so there can be no mistrial. It's going to be what it's going to be. But that's a great point that you bring up because it was really upsetting me and my homegirls in my Hazel London voice because his lawyers kept conflating what happens in a criminal trial and what was happening in the Senate. It was really kind of upsetting me. Jay, like, can we talk about embarrassing this? Can we talk about probably how embarrassing this is on America? Like, bro, this is sad. Absolutely. And thank you so much for the comment. Thank you. It's very sad because you know the world watched this. Everybody's watching. Hey, Michelle Miller, I see you over there. Tell Kaden I said, what's popping? What's popping, Kaden? And Aubrey, Shannon Collins. That's the children of the show. We got children of the show. Yeah, what was really upsetting me was this conflation. And this is why I was talking to my mom today, and I was like, you know, what upsets me really about Republicans sometimes, like Ted Cruz, Marco Rubio, Josh Hawley, is they spew these things as if betting on the fact that their voters are not going to go look it up, betting on the fact that Republican voters are going to be ignorant of what is happening. And to a certain degree, they are responsible for buying into the shenanigans, right? But it makes me mad because it's like you are in it. Y'all know, if you've been here long enough, you know how I feel about positions of leadership. You are in a position of leadership. You are in a trusted position and you spew out lies knowing that people are going to follow you. Baby, that's why I brought this Constitution out. Let's bump what I think. Let's read what the Constitution say. Then we have an opinion. We can't have no opinion based on not knowing the facts. Let's know the facts first. Okay? Can we get the facts first? And then you feel how you want to feel after the facts. It's just upset me and my homegirls. Sierra Nicole, I feel like the Republicans are going to ignore facts and vote for acquittal. Legally, if they're not upholding their oath, what happens? So it's a hard case to make about are they upholding their oaths or not, because they have a lot of discretion in the votes that they take. Technically, they are under oath. They are, and they get to vote their conscience. So you would have to prove that they are not voting their conscience. So how would you prove that? It'd be very difficult to prove that. Oh, excuse me. But you know, I keep hearing the comments are like, they're not going to be able to sleep at night. How can you sleep at night? How can you look yourself in the mirror like they've been doing? Why do we keep saying that? I heard Claire McCaskill down there on MSNBC saying that earlier, and I was like, Claire, girl, that's them. Like, this ain't 1960. People don't care like that no more. Like, people don't care like that anymore. So I'm pretty sure they sleep well at night with the air on 74 with a My Pillow and Snuggie. That's how I think they sleep at night. You know, moving on to the second lawyer for the defense, for Trump's defense, baby, that man came out there very angry. He came not. Did anybody see the second lawyer? Did anybody stick around and see the second lawyer? Somebody said we need Constitution merch. Hold on, don't threaten me with a good time. I'm gonna have to tell my guy to draft up some Constitution merch. Okay, baby, because we read the Constitution. Okay, talk about what's unconstitutional. What is in the Constitution? Read that first. Did anybody stick around for the second lawyer? Jessica Hernandez, one, thank you so much for the comment, the super comment. Q, my 7-year-old is here watching with me, and she asked me to say hi to you. She said everything. She said everything that is bad is a no man Pam for her. All right, hey 7-year-old daughter, it's a whole no man Pam. That's what we said. It's a no man Pam. Whenever there's okay, listen to Uncle Quentin. Listen to Uncle Q. Sweetie, when there's foolishness in the world and we don't want to get caught up in the shenanigans, it's just a no man Pam. We don't want to do whole rebuttals. It's just a no man Pam. We don't want to have frivolous Twitter arguments. It's just a no man Pam. So you on the right track. Keep listening to your mama. Keep listening to your mama, Jessica Hernandez, because she got your best interest at heart here. All right. That's a message from Uncle Quentin. All right. Now that second lawyer. Oh, yes, Nova. Q love the kids. Oh, I love the kids. I sure do. I love the kids. I do. Children are the future. I love the kids. Now that second lawyer, I had to look at my phone because he came out and he started yelling. And when he yelled, I had to get quiet because I was like, why is he yelling? Why? Sir, why are you so angry? It was such a juxtaposition, if you will, because if you looked at the House impeachment managers, they had a certain tone. They struck their points and went on. With the defense, it was crazy all over the placeness. And then he was just yelling like for 30 minutes. That's what it was. It was the fact that the yell didn't go down. Like, I know his throat hurt tonight. I'm in here coughing. I know his throat hurt because he just yelled all day. Kida, my brain started hurting after the first lawyer, so I turned away. I decided to wait for you this evening. Listen, I turned away too. I'm glad you're here, but full disclosure, I turned away myself because, like I said, baby, I had to protect my mental health. I couldn't do it. But he was just yelling, and I didn't understand why. I was like, he's angry. I was like, something must have happened before he came in to work today. Something had to happen before. Maybe his wife made him mad before he came in to work. It ain't no way he was in there yelling about no Trump like that. MP, first off, thank you for that super comment. Thank you, Q. They were full of shenanigans. You ain't lying. You ain't lying. Somebody on Facebook, Briscoe said it's called being an aggressive attorney. That's too aggressive. That's too aggressive. I think you could be aggressive and not yell. One could make an argument that the House impeachment managers, they were being aggressive with the facts, aggressive with their case, laying it out, hitting you with stuff that made sense. Just because you yell don't mean you right. Just because you loud don't mean. I'm looking at you like, are you okay? Did your wife do something when you was at home? Y'all had a fight? Because you didn't check your stuff at the door. You brought it in here. I think when you go to work, you're supposed to leave your personal business at the door, and then you pick up your baggage on the way out. Because you was yelling like, I don't know. That sounded like your wife just really made you mad. You ever see people who wife that made them mad or husband that made them mad, and they just be mad and be like, hey, I didn't do it. I ain't got no parts of that. I'm not even in y'all marriage. Leave that at the door. Like, he was just yelling. Somebody said he was yelling because the check bounced. Danny G, he was just using his megaphone voice. I mean, but he had a microphone. Use your library voice when y'all come back tomorrow. Please don't yell. Please don't do all that yelling. Because when you yell, okay, here's the thing. We're going to talk about what he said, but here's the thing. When you yell the whole time, when it's time for you to yell or time for you to raise your voice for an inflection moment, we can't catch it because you've yelled the whole time. Like, the whole time. So I was like, oh my goodness, child, what is this? Miss Creole Barbie, child, what shocked me was the Louisiana Republican when he switched sides for the vote. I almost fell walking, as red as our state is. Yeah, he came out. But did you see his after interview? He came out and was like, did you see? He even said, did you see the argument? That's why I voted. He was like, if I'm going to be an impartial if I'm going to be an impartial juror and basing my decision based on the arguments laid out, the House Democrats did a phenomenal job. The other people, it was all over the place. He wasn't lying. what's interesting is when Rand Paul, the junior senator from Kentucky, made them vote on the constitutionality 2 weeks ago. That's why I don't understand why we're doing it again today, because they did this already. He voted that it was unconstitutional then and switched today and voted that it was constitutional. But I also thought it was something interesting at the end of it, at the end of his interview, his side interview. They were like, well, what does that mean for conviction? He said, well, I don't know. We're not there yet, which lets me know then he is open to whoever makes the best case. That's what that sounds like to me. So I said, baby, well, we love to see it. About time y'all did something here. Jericho Wright, can you shout out Jamil's son, Jack? He's doing math. Yeah. Jamil's son, Jack, doing math. 2 + 2 is 4. 4 + 4 is 8. Absolutely. We love to see it. We love to see a smart king doing math. Keep doing that math, Jamil's son, Jack. Shannon Collins. Shannon Collins, come on in here. Side note, everybody say thank you to Shannon Collins. We still got some details coming. Shannon has decided to pay for 1 year for someone to join my Patreon. I'm gonna drop the link for Patreon just in case you want to join. Definitely a lot of exclusive access there. Definitely you can set up one-on-one Zoom calls with me. We have a good time and we just chit and chat. And I be on video, not Zoom calls with the Abby. Like we be talking. But Shannon has decided she is going to sponsor someone. So we're creating a contest right now to figure out who's going to win that 1 year VIP Patreon membership. If you look at the Patreon, there are 5 different tiers. And so she is sponsoring the VIP tier for 1 year. So if everybody could just say, thank you, Shannon Collins. We love to see it. Whether you're going to participate in the giveaway or not. Thank you, Shannon Collins. Okay. Now, thank you, Shannon Collins, for this comment. It's one thing to be loud, but to be loud and wrong is a whole nother thing. That to be whole loud and whole wrong, that at least if you're going to be loud, be right. If you're going to yell, be right. Because now you look crazy and foolish. Like that part, niece. That part. Loud and wrong. Wrong and loud. I said, baby, these people are not well. These people, that's why I said we need to get a 5150. We need a psychiatric consult. I'm concerned. They can't be well. They can't be well. Not after that performance. They can't be well. They could have done, although it was going to be a stretch for them to make their case, they could have made the case without what we saw today. Or with it. But it is also indicative of their client, right? It is also indicative of them doing what their client wants. So can you imagine, and this is not me feeling bad for them, but can you imagine the kind of conversations they're having in the background? Mind you, they just got hired this weekend because the other people got fired, remember? Or was that last weekend? That was last weekend, whenever them other lawyers got fired. So they just got hired. And can you imagine listening to Trump, who reportedly wanted the previous lawyers to keep pushing that he won the election and secretly that he's the president or some shenanigans like that. So they probably all over the place. I don't feel bad for them though, because they signed up to do the job. Like you signed up. Nobody is holding a gun to your head to come and represent this man. You signed up. So it makes sense why the performance was the way it was. That was terrible. That was terrible. Things we don't like to see. That was absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. And it's the false equivalency of a criminal trial in this one. And then also kind of like sidestepping, because let me go back to the Constitution. Sidestepping the Constitution, because the yelling man had said something about judgment in cases of impeachment shall not extend further to the removal of office. And basically kind of stopped right. Oh, no. Actually, I think it was the first man kind of stopped right there. And that's when he was like, from removal of office, that has been satisfied because the voters have voted in a new president, failing to read the remainder of the sentence. You see what that note is? Come on down right here. It says judgment in cases of impeachment shall not extend further than to remove from office and disqualify to hold and enjoy any office of honor, trust, or profit under the United States. I'm going to press on in. But the party convicted shall nevertheless be liable and subject to indictment, trial, judgment, let's come on up here, and punishment according to the law. That's criminality. That's criminality. So it's like you stopped right there and didn't give the full statement of what the Constitution say. I said, no, child. I said, It was a mess. I told y'all to get golden gummies. I told y'all to get golden gummies. Yeah, I told y'all. It was a mess. It was a whole mess. I said, hey, I need to go to law school if that's all it takes. I need to get, like, if that's all, actually, no, I wouldn't get up there and embarrass myself like that, baby. I'm gonna bring them facts. Let's see here. Thank you so much for the super comment, Joanne. They look like characters from the movie In and Out. In and Out. I don't know what that is. In and Out. I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. Thank you for the super comment, though. Kristen D. I was saying when those other lawyers quit, that whoever signed on to be his defense would likely ruin their own career before the case is even over. I mean, that's par for the course. That's what we've seen with everybody else. That's definitely par for the course. Because I wouldn't dare hire neither one of them. I don't want that type of legal representation. They won't be getting my coins. They won't. They won't be getting right. Ruby be stumping me with these movie references. I don't know what that is. But they won't be getting my coins. Oh, Deborah. I'm gonna bring your comment up on the screen. It's not a super comment, but I'm gonna bring it up and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I literally just said this to my mom earlier, and I was sitting here thinking, should I say it again? And I chose not to. And you said it. Sis said they cherry pick the Constitution the way some folks cherry pick the Bible. Now, be clear. This right here, this Bible is God-breathed. It is authoritative and it is God's word. In no way is God's word and the Constitution the same thing. But in reference to how we talking about cherry picking, I literally just said this to my mama. I said, Mom, this is a whole word. I said they picking pieces out that they want, just like people get on their pulpit and pick pieces out because it sounds right, as opposed to picking it up, asking God to show you what he's saying in his word so that you can learn for yourself, so that he can work on your heart and renew your spirit, and just going on, be all the way down there to damnation because you listening to somebody who ain't preaching real word. Baby, y'all, but now I'm finna switch. We finna talk about God in a minute. We finna get off politics because y'all know I love Jesus. I don't play about them things. But just like that, cherry picking things in the Constitution, again, not the same thing at all, but cherry picking things, thinking that people are just going to go along with it. Baby, that's why we had to walk through the Constitution. That's why we had to walk through that thing. Because people like Ted Cruz would just go off and say some stuff, and it sounds right. Like if they keep saying, hey, this is unconstitutional, it's unconstitutional, people will believe that. We literally read that the House has the sole power for impeachment. The Senate has the sole power to try impeachment cases. How is it unconstitutional? How? Stop lying to people. I'm going to get pissed now. Oh, excuse me. I said I wasn't going to say that word no more. I'm about to get upset now. Stop lying to people. How? Just say you don't want to convict the man. Just say you like white supremacists. Just say you're okay with authoritarianism. But stop lying. Shoot. Carmen, thank you so much for the super comment. Let me get happy again. I ain't come over here to get mad. I'm sorry, no disrespect, but those who have supported Trump got to look at a reflection of what they looked like these last 4 years representing him. Nothing about that statement, Carmen, was disrespectful. Nothing about that was disrespectful. And I would agree. But to my point just now, I'm led to believe that y'all like that. That's what y'all do. Y'all like it. Y'all been rocking with it and you're still rocking with it. 44 Republican senators voted today that it was unconstitutional. Basically, you have decided to void yourself of the Constitution. We just read what it said. How did you vote to say it was unconstitutional? Even though it still passed, but how did you vote to say it was unconstitutional? You are no longer a party of ideas. You are a party of one man, of an authoritarian, of white supremacy storming the Capitol. You said you was Blue Lives Matter party, but you ain't said nothing about them 144 police officers that's been injured. We didn't find out people losing their eye, gotta have surgery. One was killed, two then took their lives since. You ain't said nothing about that. Ain't heard new Blue Lives Matter about that. You didn't beat people with the American flag. You was beating people with the Blue Lives Matter flag. You had a Confederate flag in the Capitol. You had a Trump flag over the United States flag. Child, get out of here. Get the sedition caucus. I'm not here for it. So nothing that you said, Cameron, in this statement was actually disrespectful. I agree. I agree with those things. Period. Marie Lewis, thank you for the comment. I think they are banking on Republican senators' reluctance to convict Trump because they want his cult. No, I mean his supporters. It has become like a cult, though. It has become, and I think that as well. You can see Josh Hawley, I saw today, is the only person that has voted against every single. Somebody said I'm gonna have to take Goalie Gummy to relax, baby. I'm gonna have to get my ashwagandha. Make sure you get your Goalie Gummy ashwagandha. I'm gonna drop the link one more time. It is my affiliate link. Use promo code QRJiles. You'll get 15% off. Yes, get you some. I'm gonna have to take my ashwagandha. I'm waiting on them to send me some more. But yeah, they definitely want to capture his base and run then. But I would think the smart political move would be convict him and bar him from running. How you gonna take the base if he run in 2024? They're gonna choose him. It don't even make sense. It makes no sense. I'm not here for any of the shenanigans. Tammy Thurston, the 13-minute video. Thank you, Tammy. Thank you. Y'all can watch that 13-minute video. I didn't post it because it does have explicit language. Y'all know how I feel about the language. Although I do think it's important to watch it, I probably wouldn't watch it with my kids. For those of y'all with kids, if you hadn't seen it, I probably wouldn't watch it with my kids just because it is very violent and the language is very aggressive, very, very aggressive. Hey guys, if you see somebody that is commenting something that you don't like, you can block them if you're on YouTube. Please, you can block them. It's 3 dots next to their name. Just block them. You won't see another comment that they post again, okay? Yeah, do that if you see something that you just don't jive with that's bothering you like that, okay? Guys, listen. Okay, Iris said I blocked them. Yeah, but just block them. Y'all can block them. You don't have to look at them. We learned that. Y'all are on YouTube. I see the comments. Y'all are on YouTube. If you see somebody that is saying something that's triggering, you can block them. Again, we only block people for 3 reasons: making sexually inappropriate comments. What else is it? Using language to incite violence, and using derogatory words and language towards a person, calling names. Other than that, we don't block. But if somebody's saying something that's triggering you and that you just can't vibe with, you can block them. I ain't got no problem with that, baby. Protect what I say earlier. Protect your mental health. Protect your mental health. Thank you, Lynn McClary, so much for this super sticker. Thank you. You also silly, I see in the comments about blocked. Yeah, it's blocked. All that. Blocky block. Block. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with a little block. Bria Black. It's crazy. Thank you so much for the comment. It's crazy that they are being allowed to not be impartial or truly listen to testimony. They all need to be removed for not upholding the oath of office. Well, that'll happen when it's time to vote. Hopefully everybody rallies and does the groundwork. Somebody needs to get a Stacey Abrams in their state and get these people out of office. It's simple. It is very, very simple in how we do that. So, oh yeah, a block remix. Block. Baby, I'm coming. Y'all know my album coming soon. I'm gonna have my block remix dropping real quick, my EP with my Constitution merch. You know, you can get that real soon. Stay tuned, because you know, they be trying to hold me back, but you know, I'm gonna come through. So yeah. That was uncomfortable to do. I'm not doing that anymore. I felt very unnatural in my limbs. Woo, child. All right, knowledge equipped. So thank you so much for the super sticker. Excuse me. So guys, tomorrow will be another day. It will be day 2 of the impeachment trial. I'm going to ask everybody for 2 things right now. 2 things. If you could like this comment, like this comment, like this video because it helps with the YouTube algorithm, Facebook and all those things when people like it, what it says. And this is for your other creators that you like. What it basically tells the algorithm is that a lot of people like this. So let's push this out to people who may not follow or be subscribing to this page. So if you could like this video because it definitely helps. And I'm gonna read this comment, then I'm gonna ask you for one more thing after that. Thinking I was just irritated, J Teamer, thinking I was just irritated as the second defense attorney kept his voice raised. Right. I simply turned to the jazz station. You will not rob me of my peace today, sir. That part, like all that yelling, I'm telling you, I know his throat hurt because he was yelling and wrong. And so I know he hurt and hurt. You got me? Hurt and hurt. Because it was just terrible. Thank you so much for that super comment. What you say? I need a dissent, not disrespect mug. Oh, right here. You can get that right here. I believe. Wait, do I not? I don't have a dissent, not disrespect mug. Okay, so I'm gonna work on this. This one I'm gonna work on. Dissent, not disrespect merch, Constitution merch. No, we're probably not gonna do Constitution merch, but dissent, not disrespect. We'll work on some other stuff too. But there's that. Join the Patreon, guys, if you want some exclusive behind the scene access, if you want to sign up for one-on-ones, all of that. Oh, I'm supposed to look at my email. Shout out to the people that's already sending the Cash App. Thank you, Ruby Brown, I see you. Jalen Isley, I see you. Thank you so much for sending that. If y'all want to send a Cash App, if you've enjoyed today, that's scrolling at the bottom, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. What's the other one? Zelle, that helps me to continue to do this thing full time. The second thing I actually wanted to ask y'all to do is if you're on YouTube or everybody migrate to YouTube, another video has posted for my Unsung Black Heroes project. Myself and the interns worked really hard. Well, let's see. Did he start a third party called the Patriot Party in Texas? Not that I heard of. Thank you so much for the super comment. I heard it's some talks, but it ain't there yet. But a new video has dropped tonight. For our Unsung Black History Project. Basically, it is a compilation of videos talking about 28 Black heroes that we may not know about. Like we know Martin, we know Malcolm, but we want to know some other people. Those were not the only people, although we this is not shade or anything like that. We acknowledge them, but we want to acknowledge some other people. So I would invite you to go and watch that video. I see some people saying that they got the notifications. Tammy Thurston said, I love the Unsung series. Thank you, interns. Yes, my interns are phenomenal. My interns did a lot of work on this. And so we just invite you, once this live ends, to go to the YouTube page under Black History 2021, the playlist, and you will see all of the unsung videos that have been posted so far. We still have quite a ways to go. We're doing 28, dropping a video every day for this month of Black History. So guys, thank you all so much for being here. We will be back, if Jesus says the same, tomorrow. We'll try to talk about day 2 of the impeachment trial. Until then, this has been your daily political briefing with me, your host, QuentinRJiles. But now I feel like we're friends, so you gotta call me Q. But don't confuse me with Q from QAnon. I don't do that shenanigans here. We do the facts, the Constitution, okay? Oh, everybody, y'all have a good night. A lot of people watched it, but nobody's watching day to day, all day, unless you're me and just love this stuff. Procedures are okay, but we want to know, where do you stand? And so I think the more that politicians stop trying to be politicians and be people, then that will engage voters. We reject alternative facts, so come on in here and let me educate you on the facts.